So in this lesson, we will study about the content part of weed management. Okay, so mainly we'll focus the principles of weed management. Okay, last class we have discussed about the classification of weeds and what are the allopathy and weed competition. If both are them, it is called as interference. We have studied about allopathy, who coined the allopathy term, and who is the father of allopathy. Who is the father of allopathy? I told you yesterday. Anyone? YL Rice. Okay, he is the father of weed management. Okay, and we have studied about the introduction of weed management. Okay, their harmful and as well as beneficial effects. Understood? So today in this class we will focus on principles of weed management. What are the control and management methods we'll study, and also we will go through the herbicides and their classifications. Okay, आगे बढ़ते हैं. So principles of weed management. So nowadays we are not controlling the weed or preventing or eradicate. We are managing the weed population in the field. Okay, because after some time we experience that we cannot control the weeds properly or 100%. Understood? So we have to manage the weeds. Means we have to bring the weed population below ETL level, economic threshold level. We have to bring it down. Understood? So principles of weed controls are prevention, eradication, control, and management. 4 terms are there. Prevention matlab we are telling that prevention is better than cure. Means we have to take some precaution measures so that disease will not come or anything aberration will not come to us. So that is called as prevention. Eradication matlab completely removal. Completely means with the parts, with the seeds and all the vegetable part, we have to eradicate from that area is called as eradication. Control means we have to manage the weed effect. Okay, we have to bring the weed into some non-effective population. Management means we have to manage the weeds. How we have to bring some system such like it will not that much harm on our yield. It will not that much affect our yield. So that is called management. Okay, so preventive weed control means we will discuss briefly little now. So it encompasses all measures taken to prevent the introduction and or establishment and spread of weeds. Okay, so प्रिवेंशन यही बोलता है कि हम मतलब ऐसे कुछ मेजर्स लें ताकि जो इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ वीड्स एंड इस्टेब्लिशमेंट वीड एंड स्प्रेड ऑफ वीड उसको हम रोक सके क्योंकि when one weed will be introduced, that will be established very slowly and that will be spread also very quickly. Understood? For example, Parthenim has introduced from USA. Then it got introduced, it got established, and now it is spreading. Understood? So that is, so we have to preventive, we should take some preventive measures so that we will stop the introduction of weeds. For example, you can see avoid using crop that are infested with weed seeds for sowing. Okay, so this is a human thing. Yes or no? So if a human will not observe that there is a mixture of weed seeds in the in his crop seeds, so what will happen? That will be again reshow and it will go on. It will go on emerging. Okay, so in weed management, we are telling that 1 year weeding, sorry, 1 year seeding is 7 year weeding. As I told you yesterday that the weed gives birth a lot of seeds. Okay, a lot of seeds they are giving. That's the problem. If 1 year seeding हो गया, then 7 साल तक आप weeding करते रहोगे उसको control करने के लिए. ठीक है? Then avoid feeding, screening and other material containing weed seeds to farm animals. Okay, आपका जो farm animals है, गाय है या भैंस है, उनको मतलब ऐसे कुछ weeds ना दे जो कि harmful है. Okay? Then avoid using weeds to the manure pits. Manure pits में ऐसा weeds मत डालो कि जो कि persistent in nature है. For example, process juliflora जो कि manure pit में पाया जाता है. ठीक है, ये भी एक क्वेश्चन है, आपको याद रखना है। ओके, मेनोट पिट में कौन सा वीड पाया जाता है? प्रोसेप्सिस जूलीफ्लर, ठीक है, ये वाला पूछा जाता है। देन क्लीन द फार्म मशीनरी थोरोली। After using the farm machinery, you have to clean it, then you have to proceed to the next farm. Okay, that is one thing. Avoid the use of gravel, sand and soil from weed infested. Okay, अगर किसी फील्ड में weed infested है, उस फील्ड से अगर आप soil लेके आ रहे हैं या gravel लेके आ रहे हैं, तो be careful, do not do that, because you are bringing the weed seeds as well, and with the we are bringing the weed seed bank from that field to the this field. Understood? Then inspect nursery stock for the inspect nursery stock for the presence of weed seedling, tubers, rhizomes, etc. Okay, so these are some preventive measures we can carry out in a field to prevent the weed introduction. Understood? So there is a point. Okay, one more is quarantine is there. So Karnataka is the only state which is following quarantine in weeds from the surrounding states. Okay, this is one exceptional thing, so you should remember. Understood? आगे बढ़ते हैं. The next is eradication. Okay, what it info? It infers that a given weed species, its seed and vegetative part, has been killed or completely removed from a given area. Can it be possible? Say, we cannot completely eradicate anything from any area. Yes or no? So this is a mere imaginary concept, and it is not that much achieved. Okay, you can see ideal weed control method and rarely achieved. Understood? So you leave that. Then control is, it encompasses those processes whereby weed infestation are reduced but not necessarily eliminated. We have just infestation reduced. We cannot completely eliminate it. Then management is a system approach. Okay, it's required a prior planning, and we have to plan everything till the harvesting of the crop. Okay, see, when we used to plan something, yes or no, we used to for example, we are going to conduct one picnic party. Okay, so we have to pre-plan everything, how we are going to manage. Okay, at what time the bus will come, at what time the students will come, at what time our cooking will be start, when we will reach. Okay, so according to that we will plan, and how we will manage, previously we are deciding the thing. Yes or no, how we are going to manage, we are pre-deciding the thing. So weed management is a system approach whereby whole land use planning, whole land use means from the sowing date to the harvesting date, is done in advance to minimize the very invasion of weeds in aggressive form. If we will not plan anything, then that weed population may become aggressive one day. So that we have to reduce and give crop plants a strongly competitive advantage over the weeds. Okay, our main motto should be, we have to give the advantage to the crop as compared to the weeds, so that our crop can fight with the weeds. हमको थेनोस को मतलब ज्यादा ताकत नहीं बनाना है. ओके, हम जो एवेंजर्स है उनको ताकत करना है ताकि थेनोस को वो रोक सके. ठीक है, so that's one example, a funny example. Okay, besides that, let's move. So weed control methods are grouped into cultural, physical, chemical and biological methods. Okay, cultural, physical, chemical and biological method. But if you see the individual methods, they cannot completely manage the weeds. So the combine of all four also a better approach than the individual approach. So we call it is a integrated weed management concept. So that's a very good concept. Okay, and recently integrated of everything is being used. Integrated nutrient management, integrated water management, integrated weed management, integrated pest management, disease management, everything is integrated. Okay, to deal with one disease, if you are supplying with the integrated approach, then it can be controlled better way. Understood? I give it. Then under cultural control, first is mechanical and physical control. Okay, so first is tillage. Okay, so tillage is a process. You know, who will say the definition of tillage? Anyone? BS is first year का question है. What is
So
the
the
definition of tillage?
manipulation of soil, making it favorable for the plants.
Yeah, it's the mechanical manipulation of the soil to prepare a proper
Prepare a field
condition. Yeah, for the growing of the
favorable
crop.
environment for the plants.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so while doing the tillage, many things are being controlled. For example, whatever the dead materials, the weeds, and also the insect eggs and everything, they get exposed to the sun and they get killed. So like that, when we will do the tillage, okay, so the weeds, propagules, and seeds metal, they will get exposed to the sun, okay, and due to the scorching sun, the weeds, propagules get killed, and like that we can control the many of the population of the weeds. So we can see the summer tillage, okay, the tillage which we are going doing during summer season, okay, we are calling it as a summer plowing as well, summer plowing. So within the mechanical method and cultural control, this operation found to be best as compared to all the methods, because when we are doing summer plow, okay, almost more than 80% of the weed propagules are got killed due to the scorching sun, so that the next season the weed population will be very low. Understood? So you can see यहाँ पे some points लिखा है, okay, you can read it, okay. Then next is hoeing. Okay, so we need a hoe in our hand and we need to dig. We are digging the weed part with the roots, or any way to just cut it. Okay, so hoeing is particularly more effective or on annuals and biennials, so that it will completely destroy, but it is not that much effective on perennial weeds. Okay, it's a very old method. Okay, very old method. Then hand weeding. So hand pulling, with the help of the hand, we have to just dig the weeds. Okay. So through this method, weed control over 90% can be achieved, because we are using our hand, but it is very laborious method. Okay, very time consuming, and also the cost of a labor now more than 300 rupees. So farmers are following the very easy method, that is spraying of herbicides. Okay, no hand weeding, no hand nothing. These are all concepts. Okay, next is digging. Okay, you might have seen in the Facebook or Instagram. Okay, there are some equipments. Okay, they need to enter the soil, they should grab it, and they need to pull it. Okay, so with the roots and all the parts, okay, that weeds is to get a pickup. Okay, so if in a lawn, okay, if there are some in a specific position or specific part, there are some one or two weeds are there, then we can use this instrument to dig the weed. Okay, the next is mowing. Mowing means cutting of the weeds to the ground level. Okay, so mainly we are using the mowers in the lawns, gardens, okay, non-crop areas. Okay, you can see mowing is usually practiced in non-crop areas, lawns and gardens, okay, wherein the grass is cut to uniform height to improve the aesthetic value. Okay, if the grass is present, if the weed is present in the garden, and we will cut it in a different shape, then that is aesthetic purpose. Okay, it is beneficial. But if the same weed only present in our field, then it's harmful. Okay, got that? The next is cutting. Okay, so by the help of a sickle or anything else, if we'll cut the weed to a level, so that it means before it achieve the flowering. Okay, if we'll cut it, then we can at least control the weed population. Okay, got that? Next is dredging and chaining. Okay, so this we are following in where aquatic weeds. To control the aquatic weeds, we are following this. Understood? So removing of weeds along with the roots and rhizome with the help of mechanical force is called a dredging. You should remember this. They will ask in the statement. Okay, removing of the weeds along with the roots and rhizome is completely dragging. Okay, with the force is called as dredging, and the floating aquatic weeds are removed by chaining. Okay, बड़ा बड़ा chain लेते हैं वहां पे. Okay, वो एक मतलब ऐसे लाइन पे रखते हैं, 2 लोग क्या करेंगे, ड्रैग करेंगे. Okay, so whatever the floating would be there, they will be come along and they will take out. Understood? Then आता है हमारा burning and flaming. Okay, it's a very high cost method and it's very dangerous. Okay, so burning is the cheapest method they are telling. Okay, I don't know why. It's a very old method. Now it is very costly because the petrol rate is very high. Okay. Eliminating mature unwanted vegetation from uncropped areas. Okay, it is not utilized in cropped areas. So remember this, and you use it in non-crop areas like rangelands, field burns, roadside disbanks, etc. Okay. Then Tamara mulches. It is a very effective method as per my suggestion. Okay, if we'll do mulch, then it will create the temperature. Okay, it will build the temperature so that the wheat seeds will not germinate properly. Okay, so mulches when applied on soil surface do not allow weeds to germinate or to grow as light doesn't reach the soil. As I told, which light induce the germination? Which light induce the germination? Anyone? Which light induces the germination? Yesterday I told you one light is to fall so that weed will be germinate, that is red light. Yes or no? So when red light will be fall on the seeds, the weed seeds will be germinate due to activate one protein. Okay. Then हमारा आता है floating. So mulch material different तरह का होता है. One is plastic mulch and organic mulch is there. Okay, on organic and inorganic mulch. So in organic mulch, we need to add some residues, crop residues, our straws and all. And in case of plastic inorganic mulch, you should add polythenes. Okay. So what is the thickness? So that should be 25 to 30 micron should be the thickness. Okay. This is also one question. Then we'll proceed to flooding. Okay. So it is also a better method. Okay. So when we'll do flooding, there will be lack of oxygen. So when oxygen will be not there, there will be no germination. Understood? Very easy. Then soil solarization. This technique developed by Catan. Okay. So what will happen? We will irrigate we will give the irrigation to the plot. Then we will cover with the polythene. So what will happen? When sunlight will be fall, okay, that is short wave, okay, narrow wave. Then after passing the polythene, it will become absorbed by the soil and it will become heat. It will generate more heat. So due to that, all the weed seed and propagators they get killed. Okay, but there is an exception. Cypress species and Meliotus alba show resistance to this technique. So this is a question. This will be the question. Which weeds are resistant to the soil solarization technique? Got that? Then merits of mechanical demerits, because every method has some merits and demerits. So you have to read that. Okay. Then mechanical weeders, dry land weeders is there. Okay. So efficiency you should see. Okay. And at what content you should use. Okay. So it is used for weeding in row crops for removing shallow rooted weeds, and it should be good when it will be moisture content will be the 8 to 10% of. Okay, जब moisture content 8 to 10% होगा soil में, तब इसको हम use कर सकते हैं. Dry land and garden land में ये use होता है. ठीक है. So there are many, you can say star wheel also there. You can see this type of weeds we are using. Corner weeder is there. Okay. Then power rotary weeder is there. Okay. We read about these instruments. Tractor drum weeding come earthing equipment. Okay. Corner weeder is there. We are using in rice. The Japanese corner weeder. Okay. Then आता हमारा natural weed control, that is field preparation. Okay. So we have to prepare the field and we should make sure that it is weed free. Okay. This is a prevention method. Then summer tillage. Okay. As I told, summer tillage is very good. Okay. And it control almost more than 80% of the weeds population due to scorching sun. Then maintenance to the optimum plant population. Okay, if you will give more population of one thing, then the weed will not get any opportunity to grow. And if you will give adequate space, then the weed may get, the weed will be easily, it will be grow. Okay, so that we have to maintain proper spacing. Then crop rotation. Okay, same crop we should not repeat, because rice after rice the weed population will be moved. The rice after green gram, because some weeds are crop specific. Okay, if suppose one weed is there, we are growing rice for a echinoclea, the same weed will not appear in the green gram or in wheat. Understood? So some weeds are crop specific, so you should do crop rotation. If will not do crop rotation, what will happen? Monoculture if will do, then what will happen? Perennial nature of the weed will be occur, and the weed population, weed seed bank will be more. By the result, it will be very difficult to control those weeds. Understood? Then growing of intercrops. Okay, so if in between the two crops, if there is any space, if we'll grow an intercrop, then what will happen? The weeds will not get the opportunity to grow in that space, so we can reduce the weed population. Then stale seedbed technique. So in this method, what we are doing, one field is there. Okay, so now is the proper time. Okay, so now it's June. So during May, what will I do? I will go for irrigation of the field, prior irrigation. So what will happen? It will boost or it will germinate all the seeds. Okay, but the weeds are very clever. Okay, they are not coming as a whole, they will come by part. Okay, group by group they will come, or we can say weed seed lot. Okay, so they'll grow by patch, they will come batch by batch. Okay, so we have to give 2 to 3 irrigation so that the weeds will be immersed. Okay, because they will be in different heights, so they will immerse slowly. After that, we will go for one tillage operation. Khatam. We gave one pseudo environment to grow for the weed so that we can destroy them. Understood? A steel seedbed is one where initial 1 or 2 flushes of weeds are destroyed before planting of a crop. Okay, so before planting of a crop, we will destroy the 1 or 2 flushes of the weeds so that the weed population will be less, or they will be non-competitive to the crop we are going to plant. Understood? So that's the stale seedbed technique. Then blind tillage. Okay, the tillage of the soil after sowing a crop before the crop plants emerge is known as blind tillage. Can anyone say me in which crop we are following this blind tillage? It's a very important question.
Sugarcane.
Yeah, sugarcane. Okay, important. Then crop management practices, that's really important. Next are the trap crop and catch crop. So trap crop is a false crop grows with the crop as an intercrop, and catch crop is a decoy crop. I will give you the example. Okay, so for example, Smriti and Vinay invited me for a lunch. Okay, so I got ready and I went to the first Smriti's home. Okay, so when I went to her home, the door was closed. I knocked the door, but no one opened it. Okay, so what I did, I came back to the Vinay's home. Vinay got invited me and he added some poison in the lunch and I got killed. Okay, so do you understood what I meant? Did you get the concept? Two crop invited the same person, but one I got distracted by the Smriti, but I got the thing which I want, but I died by visiting that place. Okay, so that is catch crop Okay, and one more is trap crop. Trap crop will be just distract the weed. Okay, it will just distraction. Okay, and catch crop means the same thing will be decoy. Okay, the same thing will be decoy. Understood? So there is a point to remember. There is no trap and catch crop for Cuscuta. It is most important. Okay, and cotton and soybean are the best trap crop. Striga formula is the best catch crop for it. Okay. Yeah, cotton and soybean are the best trap crop for Striga. Sorry, for Striga. Okay, and fodder millet is the best catch crop for it. For Striga, fodder millet is the best catch crop, and cotton and soybean best trap crop. Understood? Because cotton will release the strigal. Okay, cotton will release the strigal. So after getting the striga will think that, oh, this is my induce, so I will get germinate. So striga will germinate and it will try to infect the cotton, but cotton is not the host crop for the striga, so it will get killed. Understood? Then I have mentioned some merits and demerits. You read it. हमारा आता है biological control. Okay, जो कि बहुत ही effective method है, but it's poorly applied. Okay, so biological method are mainly where we are utilizing in non-crop areas, not in crop areas. We are utilizing non-crop areas, like if you have a pond, big pond is there, so there we are following it. Okay, if it is a non-ranging lands or anything, if you want to control the weeds, then you can follow the biological control. So use of living organisms, for example, insects, disease organisms, herbivorous fish, snails, or even competitive plants for the control of weeds called biological control. Okay, even in entomology, even in pathology, we need to read the same concept, same biological control. Understood? Then qualities of bioagent, you should read what should be the qualities of the bioagent, because they should be more active, they should be host specific. Just some common quality of the bioagent. Then merits and demerits are there. So there are some approaches of biological. Okay, one is classical approach. So principle is introduction of non-indigenous natural enemies to control a pest, protection and enhancement. Sorry, this much only. Introduction of non-indigenous natural enemies to control of a pest. Okay, वो non-indigenous होना चाहिए, so that we can control the pest, and pest means anything which will be harmful. Okay, so here is our weed. Okay, so agent's key feature is non-indigenous, high specificity. They should be high host specific, high dispersal and establishment capacity. Okay, then आता है हमारा conservation. You should read this. Then आता है हमारा augmentive, the release of indigenous natural enemies to control a pest. See, classical is non-indigenous, augmentive is indigenous. This is the rare difference between classical and augmentive method. Then inoculation, small release of natural enemies, pest control increase with the agent multiplication. This is also important. Then inundative, release of natural enemies in large numbers with proliferation not expected. Means in inoculation we are releasing small population and we are expecting that will be proliferated, they will be get multiplied. In inundative, we are at the initial only, at the beginning only, we are releasing a large population and we are not expecting the proliferation. So that's the difference between inoculation and inundation. And there is a mere difference between classical and augmentive method. Classical is non-indigenous, augmentive is indigenous. Understood? Then mode of action. Yeah, there are some examples. Okay, you can see I have listed in the tables. Okay, so whatever the biological control will come, so within this table it will come. Okay, you will not get any outside of this table. Okay, so for example, for Parthenum, to control the Parthenum, which biological control you use? Who will say? Because this is most of the time it has been repeated.
Zygogramma bicolorata.
Yeah, Zygogramma bicolorata. Yes or no? And to control opuntia, there is a Cactoblastis cactorum, Dactylophis indicus, Dactylophis tomentosa. ठीक है, लैंटाना कैमरा को कंट्रोल करने के लिए हमारा एग्रोमाइजल लैंटाना ये आता है एग्जाम में, ठीक है, और एक होता है प्रोसीडोसम लैंटाना, यहाँ पे तो लिखा है लैंटाना, आपको पता चल जाएगा, जैसा। देन कुस्कुटा को कंट्रोल करने के लिए मेलानो एग्रोमाइजा कुस्कुटे, ठीक है, यहाँ पे लिखा है तो आपको पता चल जाएगा। साइप्रस रटंडस, ये क्वेश्चन आता है भाई। Bactria venuana, a moth borer, you should remember this. To control the Cyprus rotundus, which moth is used? They are asking. That is Bactria venuana actually. Bactria venuana. Okay. Then Ludwigia parviflora is a completely done by Altica sinana, steel blue beetle. It is also now it is been asked in the exams. Okay. Then हमारा fish भी use होता है, tilapia, common crab, they are also used. I have written see common. Ecornia is Neotina bruchi, Neotina ecornia. See, in Parthenium, one more is there, that is Epiblema stenuata. Okay, gall insect. This is also important. Sometimes they used to tell the insect name, so you should remember that. Mexican beetle, Mexican beetle. मतलब पार्थेनम आपको कंट्रोल है, आपको याद है कि जाइगोग्रामा बाइकोलर आंसर है, and you don't know the common name. So this easy question will got the wrong answer. Okay, so you should remember the common name as well. Okay, साल्विनिया को कंट्रोल करने के लिए सिट्टोवागा साल्विनिया, यहाँ पे है साल्विनिया, तो ये याद रह जाएगा आपको। देन आता है हमारा बायो हर्बिसाइड और माइको हर्बिसाइड। ओके, सो we are using some pathogens to prepare one solution, and when we spray that solution, it will cause the severe disease and it will kill the weed. Okay, for example, during 1981, Divine got introduced. They contain Phytophthora palmivera causes root rot disease. Target weed is stranglevine, Morenia odorata in citrus. Important. Year is also important. In 1982, Colico got introduced. Colectotrachum glosspot causes stem and leaf blight. Joint wedge, the target weed is joint wedge. Bipolaris, Bipolaris sorgicola, Johnson grass. Okay. Then I think others were there. I think it got minimized. Okay. So you will see it in the when I'll update the material, so you will see that. Okay. So there are some other example you can see. Okay, Vigo is there. Okay, which causes Fusarium laterium. Okay, velvet leaf wood control. I have enlisted all the whatever the available in the market. I have enlisted here. Okay, I have given the extras. Okay, Dr. Biases is for Puxinia species important. Okay, Dr. Biases. Okay, so Dr. Biases is used to control sedges. Okay, so they may ask question which bioherbicide is used to control the sedges. Okay, that is Dr. Biases. They control the organism Puxinia species. Understood? Then deleterious rhizobacteria, the bacteria which colonize on the plant root species. I have given some enlisted here. You can read it. Okay. Then finally, हमारा आता है the most important weed management method is herbicides in your life. I am also asking what a funny question you see, because you have done the field experiments in your courses, so you might have applied. Did you apply herbicides in your plot? No one applied, right? Okay, the herbicide is derived from Latin word. Okay, that is herba means plant, cader means kill. This is also one important question, remember it. Okay, so there are two terms, one is weedicide and herbicide. Okay, so weedicide is actually that should be the term, but herbicide is technically accepted. Okay, because weeds means it's very becomes specific, but we are killing all type of plants, herbs and everything, so herbicide is mostly acceptable. Okay, the first selective inorganic herbicide is DNOC. It is being used in France. Okay, you should remember this. Then first selective organic herbicide is 2,4-D. So 2,4-D is the reason of the concept of selectivity, and it is the first herbicide I can say which has changed the many eras of wood revolution. Okay, it brought the wood revolution. So during 1940, Pokorny had synthesized the 2,4-D. In 1942, Zimmerman and Hitchcock had described the growth promoting behavior of 2,4-D. Can anyone tell me 2,4-D is used in which type of or in which way of growth promoting hormone? ऑक्सिन की तरह बिहेव करता है या जिबरेलिन की तरह बिहेव करता है या साइटोकाइनिन या एब्सिसिक एसिड या इथिलीन? In which way it is working as a growth promoting hormone? Anyone?
Auxin.
Yeah, it is behave like a auxin. Understood? So in higher concentration or in lower concentration? Anyone? Higher concentration?
Lower concentration.
Yeah,
Lower.
in lower concentration. Even atrazine also used as a what? Anti-transparent. Okay, in lower concentration. Okay. In 1944, 2,4-D has been used as a herbicide. Okay. Mitchell, they got Mitchell. They have introduced the herbicide behavior of the 2,4-D. I have not written here. Okay, I forgot. Mitchell. Okay. Marth and Mitchell, I think. Marth and Mitchell, they got introduced the herbicide. Okay. Then 2,4-D in higher concentration, matlab more than 20 milligram per liter act as herbicide. Less than 20 milligram per liter act as growth promoter. Because why I have mentioned here means they've asked the question about this, and in the statement also they have asked this. That's why I have mentioned here. Atrazine at low concentration it is anti-transparent, and atrazine high concentration it is herbicide. Then we'll read the classification. Why it's not going for? Someone is chatting lower concentration. So coming to the classification of the herbicide. Yeah. Coming to the classification. So based on the various way we have classified the herbicides. So first is based on method of application. Okay. So based on method of application, we can apply the herbicide in soil and in the foliage part. Okay. So based on soil applied, so when we'll apply the herbicide in the soil, so it should be absorbed by the root. Okay, means it will go through xylem or phloem. Who will tell? It will go through xylem or phloem.
Phloem.
Phloem. A soil में
सॉइल वाला जाइलम से और फोलियर वाला फ्लोएम से.
yeah soil में xylem होता है. So it's a apoplastic tissue or symplastic tissue? Who will tell?
Apoplastic.
Yeah, it is apoplastic movement. So why I'm telling this these small things they're asking in the exam. Okay, so soil applies are apoplastic movement, and the foliar active are symplastic movement. Some herbicide we can use in pre and post emergence. Those herbicides are both apoplastic and symplastic movement. You should remember this. Okay. So for example, flucloxylene we are utilizing as a soil applied herbicide. Okay. So flucloxylene when we are applying in the herbicide in the soil, so they are volatile in nature. They are volatile in nature. So we should incorporate in immediately after applying the flucloxylene, and these herbicides are banned in the India now. Then foliage active herbicides, they primarily active on the plant foliage. For example, glyphosate, paraquat. Glyphosate is a contact non-systemic herbicide. Paraquat is a contact, sorry, it's a systemic herbicide. This is paraquat is contact herbicide and non-systemic. Okay, I got sorry. Then based on mode of action, that is selective and non-selective. If we are applying one selective herbicide, it will kill only the desired weeds. When we spray the non-selective herbicide, it will kill everything. पूरा का पूरा खत्म कर देगा. आपके क्रॉप हो या कुछ भी हो, सब खत्म. एक बार क्या हुआ, एक कॉल आया फार्मर का. वो बोला कि सर मैंने गलती से paraquat डाल दिया हूँ, तो अब क्या किया जाए. I asked that how many hours it has been done. Then he told that it became 12 hours he told. Okay, so I couldn't help, because when he spread paraquat and became 12 hours, so all the plants got wilting and also yellowing and some bleached color appearance was there. Okay, so but now I have a way. So if there will be, if we have spread paraquat, so within 24 hours if we'll give iron chloride, okay, ferric chloride if we'll give, then somewhat we can control the effect of the paraquat. So ferric chloride, what will do, ferric chloride will be immerse the SOD, okay, sulfur oxide dismutase. It will be synthesis SOD, and SOD is a scavenger. Okay, so it will eat all the hydrogen peroxide and all the active oxygens. Okay, active reactive oxygen, they will complete it. So by that we can save the crop somewhat. Okay, so this is one extra knowledge for you guys. Okay, you should remember this. So in selective herbicide, who will tell any example of selective herbicide? I have written one atrazine here. Anyone else will tell? Any other example, as per your knowledge? Don't know? 2,4-D, pendimethalin, simazine. Okay, say atrazine and simazine got banned in the in our country. Pendimethalin is banned, but still the farmers are utilizing. Most of the herbicides are banned in our India. Okay, now only 2,4-D, bisphenol sodium salt, and also ester is there, and pyrazosulfur and p-ethyl is there. Okay, I will send a material today. I will send a PDF today in the group. In that you have to see in which year the weeds got introduced. Everything is there, so you'll just look out all the things. Then based on mobility, contact herbicide and translocated herbicide. Okay, contact herbicide means a weed which will be come in direct contact with the herbicide, that part will be get killed. In translocated part, when we'll spray it, it will move in the plant and it will reach to the desired point where we want to kill. Okay, so the herbicide which tends to move from treated part to the untreated areas through xylem or phloem, depending on the nature of the molecule. For example, glyphosate. Okay, and contact is paraquat. ये भी बहुत बार पूछा गया सवाल है, जनरल एग्रीकल्चर में तो ये बहुत ही बार पूछा जाता है. ठीक है. Then based on time of application, pre-plant, pre-emergence, post-emergence, 3 तरह का होता है. Pre-plant incorporation मतलब जब हमारा मतलब grasses as well as plant जर्मिनेट होने से पहले जब हम स्प्रे करते हैं, मतलब ऐसे सॉइल एप्लीकेशन. ओके, सो एप्लीकेशन herbicide before the crop is planted or sown. Soil application as well as foliar application is done here. Okay, pendimethalin you can spray. For example, fluclorin can be applied to soil and incorporated before sowing. 10 per gram of oil is there. Okay, you can see it. Why it is not going upward? Yeah. Then आता है हमारा प्री इमर्जेंस. ओके, बिफोर ए क्रॉप एंड वीड हैज इमर्ज्ड. ओके, जब हमारा जो पौधा है और जो घास है, खरपतवार है, उससे पहले अगर हम कुछ स्प्रे करते हैं तो उसको हम बोलते हैं प्री इमर्जेंस हर्बिसाइड. ओके, सो आई हैव रिटन सम थियरी हियर, यू कैन रीड. एग्जांपल देख लेते हैं. एट्राजिन, पेंडिमिथिलिन, ब्यूटाक्लोर, थायोबेनकार, पिटाइलाक्लोर. Butachlor and pitachlor propanil, they are called rice herbicides. Okay, they got banned now, and we are using instead of butaclor, we are using as a pre-emergent pitylachlor. Okay, pitylachlor, the common name or trade name is refit. We are using. Okay, so we have to mix it. You have to take how much 320 ml in 20 kg of sand, and we will broadcast it so that it will reach to the below the ground and it will control the weed in pre-emergence way. Okay, so once see how it is done. For example, now the rain is now the monsoon has not come, so we will sow the seeds of rice. So when rainfall will occur or when the field will receive the first monsoon, so what will happen? The seeds will get germinate. At that time, within 1 to 3 days of the monsoon, receiving monsoon, we will spray the pre-emergence. Okay, so that is when we will apply the pre-emergence. That is the answer. Then post-emergence. Okay, so herbicide application after the emergence of the crop or weed is referred as post-emergence application. Means in this time both weed as well as crop will be present. So at that time we cannot spray the non-selective herbicides. Remember this. We have to spray only selective herbicide. And if you are planning to spray non-selective herbicide, then we should go for protected spray, not unprotected spray. Means आपका spacing बहुत ज्यादा है crop के बीच, and बीच में अगर कुछ grasses हो गई, तो then we can go for non-selective herbicide with protected spray. Okay, that's one point I'm gonna tell. I was told it. And some weeds, some herbicides also behaves like both pre and post emergence. For example, atrazine हो गया. Okay, oxyfluorophane, it is also pre and post emergence herbicide. So you should remember this. Example only important. Okay, and post emergence we are utilizing for 10 to 15 days after planting. Okay, in potato and rice में 30 days तक जा सकते हैं. Okay, so but the more effective is 20 to 21 to 25 days. Okay, post emergence we can apply, and when it will become 30 days after planting or 30 days after sowing, so at that time we can go for Almix. One mixture, herbicide mixture we can spray. Then based on molecular structure, organic compound, inorganic compound, if in our herbicide carbon molecule is there, then it is called organic. If carbon molecule is not there, then it is inorganic. Understood? Then the different type of formulations of herbicide is there. Okay, there is, I think most important is emulsifiable concentrate. Okay, means our oil on water. Okay, that will be floating. Okay, a concentrated herbicide containing organic solvent and adjuvant to facilitate emulsification with water, that is butachlor. Then wettable powder, it is in powder form. Okay, atrazine, 80 WP is there, 75 WP is there. Okay, then granules, the herbicides in granular form. Then water soluble concentrates, for example, paraquat. Okay, then method of application, we are easy to go for spraying, broadcasting. Okay, you can spray or broadcast. Okay, and then these are okay. Soil application, surface, subsurface, band, fumigation, herbicide. Foliar application is blanket spray, means complete whole we will spray. Directed spray for to, if you want to control a particular weed, then we can go for directed spray. Protected spray, when we are planning to spray the non-selective herbicide, we'll go for the protected spray. Also we can use some equipment like a rope wick applicator, that is also used for a protected spray, and it got discovered by J. Dell. Okay, and also we can use some like what is that, gloves, hand gloves also use it in protected spray. Okay, one gloves will be there, we'll dip it the herbicide and we will move in the weed, will move with the above the weed. So it will, when the weeds got contact with the hand gloves, that part will be killed. Then spot treatment, that is mostly used for perennial weeds. Okay, or if in a spot some weed flushes are there, so to control that spot only we will spray the herbicides. Okay, Then soil application of herbicide, surface application. I have just described all these things, so we'll read it. Band fumigation, everything I have explained here. Okay, syrup applicator, JDL. Okay, I have given here. Then crop-wise, some herbicide used to spray. For example, rice, butachlor is sprayed as a pre-emergency. So that dosage, sometime they used to ask, what is the dosage of butachlor? 1.25 kg AI per hectare. AI means active ingredient. Okay, active ingredient मतलब क्या है? In that butachlor, if I will take 100 gram, so that much only the active ingredient. Other is some filler material. Okay. Then you can see they used to ask sometime pendimethalin dose also they used to ask. Okay. So this is rice, I think medium land, upland in upland condition. Thiobencarb is used as a pre-emergency. Petalachlor is used. Okay. Then vegetables, fluke and pendimethalin. So this thing you will read, guys. Okay. And you read it because sometimes they used to ask in this in maize atrazine they used to ask, okay, which herbicide used in maize crop. Okay, most of the in OPSC W 2 times they've asked the same question. Okay, so that much important it is. There I have enlisted everything. You just read, and also I will send one more material to you today. You just go through the crop wise herbicide what they are used. See, in sugarcane as well, atrazine we are using. Okay. Okay. Then is nomenclature of herbicide. Okay. The chemical name, the group, and their trade name. Okay. So most important is 2,4-D. Okay. Sorry. यहाँ पे डालापन है, उसका जो ट्रेड नेम है डालापन और डाइपोन, you can remember. Then 2,4-D, it is called 2,4-D fernoxone. Okay, most important. 2,4,5-T, it is called Vidar or Vidon. They are coming under phenoxycarboxylic group. Okay. Then under benzoic acid, dicamba, you can remember. Okay. Trade name is Banwell. Then important is dinitroaniline group, flucloarine, isopropylene, pendimethalin, trifluorine. Okay, these are important. Flucloarine trade name most of the time they've asked Basalin. Important. Okay, I have star marked this thing. Okay, you should remember this. Then Triazine group में आता है atrazine, simazine. Atrazine का पूछा जाता है ट्रेड नेम Atratrap. ओके, ये वाला पूछा जाता है. सिमाजिन का अभी तक मैंने नहीं देखा हूँ. या इन यूरिया ग्रुप डायूरिन का पूछा जाता है कार्मेक्स. ओके, आइसोप्रोटीन बहुत बार पूछा गया है एरिलॉन. ओके, देन फिनाइल कार्बामेट का नहीं आया. कार्बामेट ब्यूटिलेट समटाइम. ओके, देन एसिड एमाइड का अलाक्लोर ब्यूटाक्लोर. अलाक्लोर का पूछा जाता है लासो, ब्यूटा का मैचिटी. ओके, you can remember this butamma. Okay, I have some shortcut. This is called alalaso. Okay, you can remember these things. Then oxyfluorine, diphenyl ether में oxyfluorine most of the time they've asked. So oxygo, you have to remember oxygo. Okay, oxyfluorine goal. Okay, the nitrofen toc E25, nitrotoc, you can remember nitrotoc. Then diquat reglone, diquat, so you can remember diary. Okay, diary. Then paraquat gramaxone, shortcut is paragraph. So you look paragraph, so paraquat gramaxone. Then glyphosate Roundup and glycel. Gly or glyro, you can remember. There are some other groups I have listed in a table. Then herbicide tolerance and resistance. Okay. For example, हम एक example देंगे, then I will come here. For example, in our office, okay, 10 members are there. Okay, so one member got infected with the malaria. Okay, one member got infected with the malaria. But slowly all the people got malaria, but I didn't get the malaria. means I am resistant to that disease, particular disease. So that is one example. Suppose I got infected. I also got infected with the malaria, but I got cured within 2 days. But other got cured in 1 month or 2 months. Okay. So I got tolerated to that particular disease. Understood? Understood the example? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I'm getting resistance, so it is my inheritable ability. Okay. Means I got slowly I got resistant to that disease. Okay. But if I got tolerant to the anything, means something is there in me which get it tolerated. Okay, which is got tolerated. And quantifying the degree of tolerance also there. I got tolerated 50% or 20% or 100%. So that is different. So herbicide resistance, it is naturally occurring inheritable ability of some weed biotypes within a population to survive a herbicide treatment that would, under condition of use, effectively control the weed population. अगर normal में weed होता है, if you are spraying any herbicide, then that will be control the weed population. But slowly they will get uh, uh, infected with that herbicide, and they will create the resistance towards that herbicide. So they will create some mechanism, and they will get resistance to that particular herbicide. So that is called herbicide resistance. Then the first herbicide weed which show the resistance to the one group of herbicide, that is triazine group. Example is Senecio vulgaris. In which year? In during 1970. So sometimes they should ask this question: which weed first showed the herbicide? Sorry, which weed showed the resistance to the triazine group first time, and in which year? In 1970. Senecio vulgaris showed the resistance to the triazine group, especially atrazine. Okay. Then in worldwide now 183 weeds have developed the resistance to the herbicide till 1997. In India, the most common example is Phyllis minor. Okay. To what? To which herbicide? Who will tell me? Phyllis minor is resistance to which herbicide?
Isoproteron.
Yeah, very good. Isoproteron. Okay. So now isoproteron is not used in the means in wheat. Okay. Instead of that, we are using some other herbicides. Okay. The highest resistance in 61 weed species was requisite for atrazine. Okay. So most of the weeds got the resistance to the atrazine. That's why it got banned. USA alone found to have 49 herbicide resistant weed, the highest in the world. Okay. Then tolerance is, the term tolerance refers to the partial resistance, and presently the usage of the term is discouraged due to inconsistency in quantifying the degree of tolerance. Means now we are not using this terminology. We are using herbicide resistance. Okay. So there are several types of resistance. We will discuss one by one and we'll complete the class. The first is complete resistance. Means there is no 1%, 2% or 3%. When we will spray one herbicide, the weed will not get killed, or one मतलब एक खरस भी नहीं आएगा weed को. Okay. एक मतलब जब विलेन क्या बोलता है हीरो को, तू मेरा क्या उखड़ पाएगा, एक खरस भी नहीं ले पाएगा मुझे. ओके. तो ऐसे बोलते हैं विलेन. तो वीड हर्बिसाइड को बोलेगा, मतलब हमको बोलेगा कि आप जो भी डालो, आई गॉट रेजिस्टेंट. ऐसा ना, आप कुछ भी डालो, मेरा एक खरस भी नहीं निकल पाओ. ओके. कर नहीं पाओगे. सो कंप्लीट रेजिस्टेंस में क्या होता है? The resistant biotypes are not at all affected by the herbicide used at the field rate or recommended dose. इतना मतलब घमंड उनका. Then आता है हमारा partial resistance. Okay, partial resistance में क्या होगा? When we'll spray the herbicide, they will get affected. Okay, but not completely. Okay, in a partial way, means they will be able to complete their duration. Okay, they'll be able to control their duration even when they got infected. Okay, so in case of partial resistant biotypes receive severe inhibition on their vegetative growth by the herbicide used at the field rate. However, they continue to grow sufficiently and reach flowering and produce some seeds. देखा, हम कभी ऐसे कर सकते हैं नहीं, सिर्फ वीड कर सकता है. देखिए, इसलिए वीड जो है ना सैल्यूट ऐसे. ओके, मतलब वेजिटेटिव पार्ट में अगर इफेक्ट भी हो गया पर वो नहीं मरेगा, वो जैसा तैसा करके फ्लावरिंग तक पहुंचेगा और थोड़ा सा वीड डाल के वो चला जाएगा. 1 year वीडिंग 1 year सोइंग 7 year वीडिंग हमको करके वो चला जाएगा. ओके, फॉर एग्जाम्पल Phylloris minor develop resistance to isoproteron and in the course of time gain cross. ये कहाँ पे है? It should be come here. Okay, cross resistance. ठीक है, so ये रहा partial resistance. Then आता है हमारा cross resistance. Cross resistance क्या है? Cross resistance मतलब एक वीड जो है वो पहले ही एक हर्बिसाइड को रेजिस्टेंस है. ओके, वो दूसरे वीड हर्बिसाइड को भी रेजिस्टेंस करेगा जो कि सेम केमिकल ग्रुप है, जो कि प्रीवियसली दैट हर्बिसाइड इज नॉट दैट वीड इज नॉट एक्सपोज्ड टू दैट हर्बिसाइड. फॉर एग्जांपल वन इज देयर ए हर्बिसाइड एंड बी हर्बिसाइड. ये हम है. ओके, ये हम है. ओके, सो व्हेन I used to spray a herbicide all the time, so this weed got resistant towards the A. They have same chemical group. Okay, they have same chemical group. So what I did, I sprayed this herbicide for the first time. Still the weed is not killed, is not died. Why? Because they have same chemical group. So the weed got resistance to the same that in B herbicide as well. So that is called cross resistance. Everyone got it? Everyone understand this? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So for example, you can see Phylloris minor develop resistance to isoproteron and in the course of time gain cross resistance to dichloromethyl and phenoxypropiethyl, which was used for the first time. Okay, when I used first time dichloromethyl instead of isoproteron, the weed didn't killed and it showed the resistance to the same herbicide as well. Okay, then आता है हमारा target site based cross resistance. Target site मतलब when we used to spray some herbicide, we have some target site. Okay, that particular target site, if the same, ओके, इफ दो हर्बिसाइड है जिसका टारगेट साइज सेम है तो वीड क्या करेगा, उसको रेजिस्टेंस कर लेगा. ये मतलब है. सो रेजिस्टेंस टू 2 और मोर हर्बिसाइड ऑफ सिमिलर और डिसिमिलर केमिकल ग्रुप. ओके, उनका केमिकल ग्रुप सेम हो या अलग हो. ओके, इनहिबिटिंग द सेम टारगेट साइड ड्यू टू सिमिलर टारगेट अल्टरेशन इज डिफाइंड एज TSCR, that is target site based cross resistance. Example, triazines and phenylurias. They have different chemical group but they have same target site, so वीड क्या करेगा, उनको रेजिस्टेंस कर लेगा. देन आता है हमारा मेटाबॉलिक क्रॉस रेजिस्टेंस. इट कैन बी डिफाइंड एज द रेजिस्टेंस टू 2 or more herbicide of similar or dissimilar chemical group or their toxic metabolites due to similar metabolic and degradative process and a similar rate of degradation of the herbicide. जो herbicide होते हैं अगर उसका मेटाबॉलिक डिग्रेडेशन प्रोसेस इज सेम, सो वीड क्या करेगा, उसको भी क्रॉस रेजिस्टेंस करके वो रेजिस्टेंट कर लेगा. ठीक है, हमारा नेगेटिव क्रॉस रेजिस्टेंस. ओके, इट रेफर्स टू द मैकेनिज्म और फेनोमेनन by which an individual resistance to one herbicide or a chemical family of herbicide shows higher or increased sensitive or susceptible to other herbicide that its natural wild type is susceptible popular. Okay, कुछ समझ में आया, कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आया? Yes or no? क्रॉस रेजिस्टेंस क्या है? Who will tell? क्रॉस रेजिस्टेंस कि दो सेम केमिकल फैमिली का अगर हम स्प्रे करेंगे तो जो वीड है वो हमारा रेजिस्टेंस दिखाएगा. अगर नहीं दिखाएगा तो उसको हम बोलेंगे नेगेटिव क्रॉस रेजिस्टेंस. ओके, it refers to, again you read, it refers to the mechanism or phenomenon by which an individual resistance to one herbicide or a chemical family of herbicide shows higher increased sensitivity. Okay, so to the other herbicide that is natural. Okay, तो ये बहुत ही कॉम्प्लेक्स लिखा है हमने, हम सिंपल में बता देते हैं. क्रॉस रेजिस्टेंस का अगर हम मतलब अलग में पढ़े, मतलब रिवर्स करते हैं, तो उसका हम बोलते हैं नेगेटिव क्रॉस रेजिस्टेंस. ओके, देन मल्टीपल रेजिस्टेंस, ए वीड स्पीशीज shows resistance to herbicide of different chemical classes in family is called multiple resistance. एग्जाम्पल लोलियम रिजिडियम, ये आता है एग्जाम्पल में. मल्टीपल रेजिस्टेंस पूछा जाता है एंड हमारा क्रॉस रेजिस्टेंस पूछा जाता है. ये दोनों बहुत बार पूछा जाता है एग्जाम्पल में, एग्जाम में. ठीक है, रिवर्स रेजिस्टेंस क्या है? मतलब एक वीड था जो कि रेजिस्टेंस पहले करता था, और 7 to 10 ईयर क्या हुआ कि हम वो हर्बिसाइड अप्लाई नहीं किए उस पे. तो 7 to 10 साल के 10 साल के बाद हम जब अप्लाई करेंगे वो फिर से ससेप्टेबल हो जाएगा. उसका बोलते हैं रिवर्स रेजिस्टेंस. मतलब the weed resistance to a herbicide falls susceptible to the very herbicide, mean that herbicide, if it is not used for a period of 7 to 10 साल. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी जो हमारा फाइलरिस माइनर है वो रेजिस्टेंट टू आइसोप्रोटेरोन है. अगर हम 10-15 साल के बाद फिर से आइसोप्रोटेरोन अप्लाई करेंगे, अगर फाइलरिस माइनस विल बी कंट्रोल्ड बाय दैट आइसोप्रोटेरोन, देन इट इज कॉल्ड एज रिवर्स रेजिस्टेंस. ओके, देन आता है हमारा को रेजिस्टेंस और कंपाउंड रेजिस्टेंस. इट मींस ए वीड डेवलप्स रेजिस्टेंस टू बोथ मिक्सिंग पार्टनर हर्बिसाइड और ए मिक्सचर अप्लाइड कॉन्करेंटली. ओके, आप जब एक हर्बिसाइड मिक्सचर डालते हैं, अगर उसको भी एक वीड मतलब रेजिस्टेंस पैदा करते हैं उसके अगेंस्ट, देन उसको हम बोलते हैं को रेजिस्टेंस और कंपाउंड रेजिस्टेंस. ओके, दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडेस क्लास. ओके.